As I mentioned in the last video, CSS is going to tell us how the web page is going to look. To add CSS to our web page, we're going to need to use a styles tag in the HTML. To add styles, you're going to want to go into the head and create a new line here and create a new tag called style, like this. In between these two style tags, the opening style tag here and the closing style tag here, we're going to put all of the rules for how we want our web page to look. So a good starting rule would be maybe to change the background color of the web page. Right now it's just white. Maybe I want to change it to black. So I could say body, and then curly braces, opening and closing pair, one here and one here. And then inside of the body, this body style we're writing here, I can say background color, colon, black, semicolon. And what this has done now is it's told my web page anything called the body, which we have something right here called the body is the whole web page. Any tag called body will now have all the rules inside of these curly braces applied to it. So anything called the body will have the background color of black. So now if I refresh my page, you'll see that my whole page turned black. I'm having a little bit of another problem though. It turns out my text was also black. So I might need to change the color of the text. The colors appear in the H1 and P tags. So what we need to do is create a styling rule for H1. And what do we want? We want all of our H1 tags to be white. So we'll say color white. Now if I reload the page, my H1 tag comes back. I also need my paragraph ones, this one, the click me button. This paragraph, the paragraphs also need to be displayed in white. So I'll say all paragraphs will have the style color white. If I reload, all of my text is visible again. We can do a lot of things with CSS. I'm just going to show you one or two more simple rules. One of the things we can do is align everything to the center. So you see how all this text is displayed on the left side of the web page? I think I kind of want to have it centered. So to do that, we can go into the body and use the command text align center. It's very easy to make mistakes, and a little error here will break all of your code. For instance, if I get rid of this dot after color and save my page, the style doesn't work at all. So make sure you're adding all of those little pieces. We could also make these styles colors other than black and white. For instance, you might prefer something like orange. That looks kind of nice, kind of Halloween look. And you can play around with these colors and set them to anything that you want. Oh, that hurts my eyes. I'm not doing that. I also want to make the paragraph fonts. The text here I think is a little small, so I want to make it a little bit bigger. To do that, I can use the styling rule on my paragraphs. Font size 1.2 EM. And they're a little bigger now. If you want it bigger than that even, you can do something like 1.8 if you want it very big. And you can just keep going up and up if you want it huge. But I'm happy with 1.2. So we're going to leave it like that. All right. So that's the very basics to styling a web page. There are tons of other styling rules and things you can do with CSS. But for now, that's the very basics. And we're going to move on to actually adding some behavior and programming to our website so that this click me button starts actually doing something. In the next video, I'll show you how to do that using JavaScript.